What's up, guys? It's Lord Botha here with another video, and listen, we do a lot of talking when trailers release for movies and TV shows, and they have a massive negative ratio. We meme on them, we laugh at them, we make fun of them, all of that. But we would be remiss to not talk about certain things that come out of big studios that have very positive ratios as well. And one of those things just happens to be the Marvel's Thunderbolts trailer. That's right, the Marvel's Thunderbolts trailer, which released just yesterday, has a massive positive ratio. 415,000 upvotes to only 17,000 downvotes. Which is why I'm going to move against the grain here and controversially say, I think this movie is going to be a success. Now, with all the massive flops that Marvel has had recently, that shouldn't be a hard number to hit. And it also doesn't mean that the movie is going to be financially successful. I don't know how much they've actually spent on this film, but I know that they've had significant reshoots. It has had a long post-production. There was rumors about it being even canceled because of the amount of work that was being done on it, which tells me that the budget on this film might be north of the $200 million mark. It's also important to note that this trailer has just under 12 million views and under 500,000 likes. That's not a great ratio of views to likes, even though the likes to dislikes on it have been, as we see, very positive. The truth is, I think Thunderbolts is actually going to appeal to a wider audience than the most recent Marvel films, despite the fact that it has ties to very niche Marvel's Disney Plus shows. The movie has, quite honestly, a lot of side characters from those shows and other movies that were quite popular with the people that actually watch them. Yelena, played by Florence Pugh, was very popular in Black Widow, despite the fact that I thought, and many people thought, Black Widow was a horrifically bad movie. So too was David Harbour's Red Guardian very well liked in that same movie. Wyatt Russell's John Walker was probably the best part of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. He's the only character that experienced any kind of personal growth in that series. And there is something to be said about the popularity of a more darker version of Captain America. Soldier Boy is quite honestly one of the most popular characters in the show The Boys. Not only because Jason Ackles is an incredibly popular actor, but also because the character has an incredibly popular motif with the audience. And of course, Bucky Barnes is expected to lead the team of heroes. Now, there has been rumors that he is sidelined for a lot of the movie, playing the role of a politician in the film of all things. And my guess that if this is true, he probably won't saddle up until the end of the second act, when he finally puts that arm on and he decides to ride out into battle once more, realizing that his place isn't in Congress in a suit, but rather on the battlefield. There are also, however, less popular characters in this film. Ghost, which was a fairly forgettable villain from Ant-Man and the Wasp, and the gender-swapped Taskmaster that pretty much everybody didn't like. Finally, there is also Sentry, who is also supposed to be played by Steven Yeun, who ultimately ended up leaving the picture. I think they explained it as schedule conflicts, but let's be honest, a lot of the rumors flying out there was that Steven Yeun didn't want his name really attached with Marvel anymore. And Sentry is supposed to be a Thanos-level strength-like character, so it's going to be interesting to see how they really deal with that in a more gritty, grounded, Suicide Squad-like story, because it doesn't really make sense for him to be there then. The point is that this movie involves a lot of side characters that were very popular in unpopular Marvel projects, which just might be enough to drive people into theaters. It's a very, very low bar to set, but it might just be a bar that Disney can clear. Now again, does that mean the movie is actually going to be good or a financial success? My guess is probably not, but it will be a far greater success than the most recent Marvel projects. And for anyone who says, can Disney really bank on the audience that saw those Marvel Disney Plus shows and all the homework you have to do for this movie, etc., etc., I think the only Marvel Disney Plus show you actually have to watch to be caught up with all the characters on this is the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show, which, to be honest, still came out in a time when people had more faith in Marvel Disney Plus shows. I would say that Falcon and the Winter Soldier was actually probably the last Disney Marvel show that I watched personally. And it's not like nobody watched the show. I mean, the show had the second highest premiere of any Marvel Disney Plus show as of June 2023. I think Loki Season 2 probably took that second place role there. And of course, these are probably Disney's own self-reported numbers, so it would make sense for them to continuously say that the numbers were better and better, right? So take that with a grain of salt, if you will. But the point is here, it's not like nobody watched the show. It's not like it's in the Ms. Marvel, Secret Invasion, She-Hulk level. People actually watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It might have been their last Disney Marvel show, but people actually did watch it. The rest of the characters are all derived from Marvel movies that you may or may not have seen. But the point is here that there is a lot of heroes in this film, a lot of side heroes, and a lot of side villains that draw from a wide range of different parts of the audience of Marvel. People who have seen this film, people who have seen this show. And my guess is that they're all going to show up for this movie. And at the very least, it's something different. It's supposed to be a darker, grittier version of Marvel, mixed with a sort of Suicide Squad motif. And yes, I did see some things that were shoplifted from both Suicide Squad, Guardians of the Galaxy, and hell, even The Dark Knight in this trailer. Is that inherently a bad thing and drive audience away? I'm not really sure. I don't think the lay normie audience actually really cares about that, or will, to be honest, even notice. But at the end of the day, I think this movie will be a success. It just might not be the kind of success that Disney is really looking for. But those are just my thoughts on the subject. If you like this video, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, appreciate you watching all of it. And we'll talk to you again later.